Hey Jessicats, so today I'm sharing with you my top 10 tips for beating procrastination. So stick around to find out what they are because these tips have honestly helped me so much throughout my studies. Also, if you're not already subscribed, then be sure to click that little red subscribe button below because I upload weekly study tips and throw study parties to help you out with all of your study needs. Alright, now it's time to get into the video and I'm going to share with you my secrets to beating procrastination. So if you find them helpful, then give this video a big thumbs up. Click those little thumbs up icons below and show me some love. Okay, let's get started. Tip number 1 is to create a study timeline or calendar. So write down in your planner or school diary when your upcoming assignments or exams are due, because writing it down is going to create a sense of urgency and you're going to be more likely to commit to it and take action. Tip number 2 is to set goals for the end of each study session. So remember to write down your goals because of course writing them down makes you more likely to commit to them and take action. But the great thing about writing down goals for each study session is it's going to keep you on track, boost your motivation, and again, beat procrastination. The other fantastic thing about writing down goals is that you can break down your major assignments or projects into shorter tasks or short-term goals, which is going to make it seem a lot more manageable, a lot less overwhelming, and you're going to be a lot less likely to put it off. Tip number 3 is to get a study buddy. So having a study buddy is going to increase your motivation and it can create a little bit of healthy competition. So I'm not one to always compare myself to other students, but I do find that working with another student, especially at the start, can help me get into a study mode or study zone. And working with other students is going to encourage you to motivate each other and set high goals. The next tip is to actually tell people that you're studying. Because when you tell another person that you're studying, you feel obligated to actually get working. This tip has been really successful for helping people break bad habits because research shows that when you tell other people that you're planning to do something in particular, that you're more likely to commit to it and feel responsible for your own actions. The next tip is to schedule both work time and fun time. Because when you schedule them both, then you're less likely to be procrastinating on all those things that you really want to be doing because you know that your time spent studying is limited and that there is going to be time for doing all of those other hobbies or interests and or watching all of those Netflix episodes. The next tip is to create to-do lists or checklists. So whenever I study, I always keep a little to-do list on my desk because it's a great way to keep you on track and motivated throughout your study sessions. The other great thing is that it boosts your motivation because as you complete all of your tasks, you can just tick them off as you go and then pick a little reward to give yourself for all of your hard work. Again, like goal setting, it gives you something to work towards and keeps you focused and on task. Now, one of my favourite tips for beating procrastination is to create a rewards jar. I really like the idea of having a little jar on your desk and then writing down some different rewards that you can choose at random and keeping them all in your jar. This way, whenever you finish a particular task off your to-do list or a major assignment, you can pick a particular reward and it keeps you motivated. Tip number 8 is to avoid distractions. So it can be pretty easy to get distracted by your phone and using all of those really fun apps that you keep on there. So I recommend either putting it on flight mode or putting it in a different room because when you put it out of sight, it's more likely to be out of mind. Another great way to avoid distractions is to actually put a sign on your door that says you're studying so that people are less likely to come in and disturb you. Tip number 9 is to study in a library. So this actually links onto the previous tip of avoiding distractions because a library is usually somewhere that's going to be a lot more quiet than the majority of places you could study, and so it facilitates productive study sessions. Now, I personally preferred to study in a library when I was studying at school and also finishing off my degree at university because I just found that I worked better. But if you do have a quiet environment at home to study in, then that's also a great place to work. And tip number 10 is really important. It might be really simple, but personally I've found that this makes a huge difference to productive studying, which is to study away from your bed because you associate your bed with sleep and napping. So if you're going to be studying in your room, try and not study on your bed because you might end up finding yourself halfway through a study session, falling asleep and feeling really cozy in your doona. So definitely study at your desk, study in a library, but study away from your bed, guys. So they are my top 10 tips for beating procrastination. I hope you found them helpful, and if you did, then give this video a thumbs up, Jessicats. Also, don't forget that next week on Wednesday is my study party, so make sure that you leave all of your study questions below and I'm going to pick the top 5 most requested questions to answer in my episode. Thanks for watching and have a happy and productive week. Bye!